A very good evening all. I'm Niti Lamba and this is the Wednesday night edition of Vision of Asia. Welcome to our daily South Asian news segment, bringing you prime highlights from across the nation. We continue to present to you all much of community's social, cultural and political voices on tonight's episode. Much is happening with the Festival of Lights Diwali being commemorated already, with several organizations and other entities hosting the festival and other showcases in the honor. Every year, this is the time to truly bring together the diaspora with numerous Indian as well as American holidays. So again, remember to send us an email on events@itvgold.com for any events happening around you that are engaging our community. Also, we are currently looking to present many political candidates running next year, so we hope to bring forth some strong South Asian voices as we get closer to 2020. Also, we would now like to take a moment right now and send our prayers and condolences for all the distress and tensions in Syria. Global politics is truly seeing some intense situations, and we appreciate the efforts of the United Nations and other groups who are aiding all refugees that are fleeing violence after the Turkish offensive against Syria. If you have a personal story or know someone who is truly affected, do send us your opinion. And again, sending our prayers and hopes for all the refugees that are truly seeing some deep travesties. With that, time to now begin tonight's episode. Take a look at the headlines. ITV Gold exclusive featuring Kumar, chairman of U.S. Indian American Chamber of Commerce. Jackson Heights Merchant Association hosts 31st Diwali Mela 2019 in New York. Indian Caucus presents 10th annual Diwali Mela, Secaucus, New Jersey. This and a lot more right after a show break. Stay with us in Vision of Asia, a voice of the community. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Niti Lamba and this is Vision of Asia, South Asian news segment, the Wednesday night edition. Beginning the show, we have tonight some of the ongoing festivities for Diwali, one of India's most celebrated festivals, truly bringing together the community this season. The Festival of Light places a significance on Hinduism's strongest moral, which is visible in every script and history, a great focus on the victory of good over evil, symbolizing the light from Diwali, presenting more good opportunities for all and a bigger path for self-realization. The event surely sees much community gathering in a spirit which features anywhere from fireworks, cultural showcases, religious prayers, Indian decorations, and much more. With all this, the Jackson Heights Merchants Association here in Queens, New York, recently held this annual 31st Diwali Mela, a day full of cultural programs, speech addresses, vendor booths, and much more to showcase the Indian American intense presence in the area. The event saw community leaders, officials from local and state offices, and many talented performers. Let's take a look. देखूं देखो तुझको मैं होके निहाल देखूं देखो तुझको मैं होके निहाल छूलो कोरा मोरा कांच सा तन नैन भर क्या रंग निहार मोहे रंग दो लाल नंद के लाल लाल छेड़ो नाही बस रंग दो लाल
I just want to wish everyone a happy Diwali, happy New Year. God gave the blessing to all the people in the world to celebrate a happy Diwali. Thank you.
I'm so happy and proud to be able to provide one of the best medical care to this community. And I live in this community over 40 years. And all my staff and my attendings are very happy and proud to provide care to everybody that needs our help.
Happy Diwali. I'm Priya Diaz, and first time I'm performing in Diwali Mela here, and I'm the first Bangladeshi. First I'm performing here, so I'm very excited, and I wish you all the best for SITV Gold, and thank you so much.
You know, it's great to be a part of this community where we celebrate our diversity, where we celebrate the love of our ancestors, of our community. We're all immigrants, and this is a beautiful way to keep our heritage, our culture alive. And so I want to wish everyone who celebrates Diwali a wonderful, wonderful holiday, a wonderful time with your family, with your loved ones. I hope you have an amazing time today, anything you need. So I hope you have a wonderful holiday, and thank you for this beautiful performance. Thank you so much.
I'm here to support Jackson Heights Diwali. I'm coming here for so many years, and this is the best thing, we celebrate Diwali now all over the place. And last week we celebrated Diwali at South Seaport, now again today in Jackson Heights. So our Diwali festival is spreading all over the New York, not only New York, I can say in the whole US. And I want to wish everybody happy Diwali.
The only message I would like to convey today is 31 years ago, when I was the president of FIA, Federation of Indian Association of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, I was the one who formed this Jackson Heights Merchant Association under my leadership. And all the merchants they closed their shutter and came to Delhi Palace, and we adopted the constitution, and we elected the first president of Jackson Heights Merchant Association, about Mr. V.N. Prakash. So just to remind you, so enjoy the program. Thank you.
We are celebrating the Diwali on the main Diwali day, October 27th, Sunday, and also on Monday. Everybody is invited to the BAPS Flushing Temple. Please come. All day long, the sweets and the celebration will be there. Thank you.
It was such a great honor to be a part of the Jackson Heights Merchant Association Diwali celebration. And you can see here thousands of people are celebrating the Indian Diwali festival. But the beauty in Jackson Heights is a melting pot. All the community here, whether Bengali community, Pakistani community, mainstream American, they are also here celebrating Diwali. I think that is the best way to celebrate Diwali. Not it is the only Hindu festival, but each and every community is celebrating the Diwali. And I'll be very honored to be part of this Diwali celebration. Thank you. Happy Diwali to all.
Namaste. Sat Sri Akal. Salam Alaikum. Happy Diwali to all. My name is Jennifer Raj Kumar. I am running for State Assembly to be the first South Asian elected anywhere in New York City. And if we don't have a seat at the table, well then, my friends, we are on the menu. Just so glad to be here with all of you today. And a special thank you to my very good friends, the Jackson Heights Merchants Associations. Thank you so much for having me.
Queens is one of the most diverse boroughs in the city of New York, so give yourselves a hand for that. That's the power and strength of New York City, how we live together as one city, and we should always encourage the diversity.
Another version of Diwali celebrations was presented proudly by by the Indian Caucus of Secaucus, New Jersey, which held its 10th annual Diwali Mela, gathering together members of the diaspora in New Jersey with utmost joy and happiness. The event reflected upon key influences of Diwali festival of lights on Hindu and Indian community globally. The great event saw Indian Consul General from New York, Sandeep Chakravarti, address all on the enthusiasm and love seen through all in attendance and the beautiful display of Diwali. He addressed on the importance of Indians partaking globally in the festivities to encourage more cultural engagement and celebrate our traditional roots. Let's take a look at some highlights which saw culture performances, speech, addresses, and a lot more.
Good afternoon to all of you. Delightful to see such a wonderful turnout today on the occasion of Diwali. I just want to congratulate the India Caucus of Secaucus. I think it's a wonderful name, it's a wonderful town with wonderful people, and also a wonderful day today. And I was delightful day today, and it's so nice to see that the India Caucus is organizing Diwali for the last 10 years. And every year the turnout is better, and it also shows the importance that we give to Diwali. And Diwali has indeed become an international festival. So many Diwali celebrations happening all over the United States, including in the White House. And I think India is very rich in cultural traditions, but what is interesting is that our cultural traditions are now crossing the oceans and becoming popular in other countries, and I think that is the way to go. And as we become more in number, and as our population grows in the US, our festivals also will occupy a very important place in this country's culture and heritage. In 2016, as you know, the US Postal Service released the Diwali stamp, and Diwali stamp is the largest selling stamp in US history. And I have seen that, and we all use Diwali stamp. I get a lot of mail using Diwali stamp, and I think it's really a tribute to our festivals and also to the Indian community, which works so closely in bringing together this stamp. We also have relaxation on parking in New York on Diwali, and there is a great effort going on in New York for a Diwali holiday. I hope this town will declare, if not it has declared already, a holiday on Diwali.
And which there you can see behind me, there are so many other people, those who are here to watch the kids performance. And next year it'll be a big dhamaka, so please come again next time. Thank you very much. Wish you a happy Diwali. Thanks.
कार्ड पे नाम मेरा लिखा ले, बीच में ही फंसी है बात, आगे बढ़ा ले, बॉयफ्रेंड बना ले, किसी और को पटा ले, बॉयफ्रेंड बना ले, नजरे तू हटा ले, मुझको फंसा ले, किसी और को पटा ले, बॉयफ्रेंड बना ले, नजरे तू हटा ले.
My name is Raj Paldasani. I am the member of ICS, Indian Caucus of Secaucus. We do this Diwali, it's the 10th year, and we just want all the cultures to get together. We want all the vendors to come. We want to share the Indian experience with the whole of Secaucus and everybody in the Hudson County. The vendors sell nice jewelry, food is all Indian, and this is our 10th year, and we want to unite the community. That's our main goal, to make them aware of the Indian culture and to make them aware of the Indian presence in this country. It's just an integration of communities, and we want to do this in a very big scale next year with the Hudson County.
ITV. We are here at Caucus of Secaucus Diwali Mela function. It's a very nice function with lots of vendors, lots of activities, lots of functions and dance.
Delicious food.
And lots of fun. We bought so many stuff from here, like my earrings, and we had so much fun. The kids are enjoying.
Yeah, kids are enjoying. They had lots of food here and they enjoyed the food here.
And this happens every year, and people are increasing every year. People are putting a lot of effort in bringing the community together. We always have fun coming here. Thank you.
Time to take another short break. Stay tuned on to Vision of Asia, Voice of the Community. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You are tuned into Vision of Asia, bringing you prime South Asian highlights from all across. We now have an ITV Gold exclusive conversation, an interesting one, which featured Chairman of U.S. Indian American Chamber of Commerce, Mr. K.V. Kumar. ITV Gold's Ashok Vyah spoke to the eminent personality who is the recipient of the prestigious Ellis Island Medal of Honor and has served the federal government of the United States and presidents till today, working immensely in multicultural businesses, advocacies, and much more to present South Asian American voices. Featured in 250 notable Asian Americans, Mr. K.V. Kumar is known to have been a great advocate and the voice for the Brain Injury Association and has worked with the U.S. Congress as well. Sharing an amazing amount of information and insights, let's take a look at a segment of the conversation between K.V. Kumar and ITV Gold's Ashok Vyah.
I think you bring a sense of serenity as well as enthusiasm and insight which inspires people who work with you to grow, and you are known as a very, very effective mentor. So in your role as mentor for small entrepreneurs, working with small business houses, what did you learn from them?
A lot. To give you an example, I do a lot of things, but we don't normally publicize many of the things. I'll give one example of that one. In 2005, President was Bill Clinton. And at that time, I received a number of complaints from Indian American small business groups. And they said, we are not getting enough contracts from the Department of Transportation. It so happens that I knew Norm Mineta, who was the Secretary of Transportation at that time. I said, let me go and check with him. I asked for an appointment 2-3 times. I didn't get one. And I ran into him at a White House conference. And I said, Mr. Secretary, it has become so difficult to see you. I cannot get an appointment. I didn't even get a response. I am a blunt person, so I told them that one. He said, how can that be? I never received any information about that. He took out his BlackBerry at that time. He didn't have the iPhone. And he said, are you available at 3 o'clock on Friday? Sir, you invite me at 3 p.m. or 3 a.m., I will be there. So I went to see him. To put it in a nutshell, he said, look, Indian Americans are so successful. Your children goes to the finest schools in the country. You are one of the most accomplished group of people. You are in the top 1/2% group in the income level, at the income earning levels. What else do you need? Sir, I am not here to come and ask for supporting the top 25% of the Indian Americans. I'm here to come and ask you for the help for the bottom 25% of the Indian American businesses who are at the lower end. And I'm representing them, and I'm bringing you a complaint from them. And I want some resolution. And believe it or not, he said, his response was not very favorable at the time. And I said, thank you, Mr. Secretary, and I was about to leave. He asked me to sit down and said, you make a good point. And then he established a category called Asian Indian category in the US Department of Transportation under the heading of OSDBU. Every federal government department has a department called OSDBU, Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Unit, and their prime job is to help minority businesses.
Brain, of course, plays an important role, but brain injury can cause havoc on the normal functioning of anybody's life, and you have done remarkable work in this field, which has helped many families who are affected by brain injury of one member of their family.
I'm a survivor of brain injury. On October 2nd, Mahatma Gandhiji's birthday in 1992, I had a head injury. I was invited by the Coca-Cola company to go and visit with them, and one of the vice presidents picked me up while I was in the Coca-Cola car, Coca-Cola executive's car. An unemployed truck driver hit us. Put in a nutshell, the thing dragged on for 10 years. I went through various phases of rehabilitation, and but I did not sue the Coca-Cola company nor the vice president, despite the fact when I was injured and when I was recovering, the gentleman who was driving the car was so gracious. He recommended an attorney to sue him and the Coca-Cola, but we did not do that because it was not his fault. And sometimes, the friendship and the dignity goes far beyond money and other things. And I'm glad we didn't do that one. But the important thing that happened was, because of that, I suffered for 10 years. But I want to tell you a quick thing that when you help somebody, how it comes back to you. When you do something good for some cause, how it comes back to you. In 1992, earlier, before the accident, 91 or 92, I'm not sure which year, I had a call from Dora Bush, president's daughter. George Herbert Walker Bush was the president at the time. His daughter called me. She said, "KV, I would like to talk to you. Can we meet for lunch?" So I invited her to the Jackie Club at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel, which was at 21st and Massachusetts Avenue, which is in front of the embassy. I said, "What can I do for you?" She said, "I am raising funds for the National Rehab Hospital, and could you please help me getting, if you can write a check, that's fine, and then in addition to that, I would like to have Indian Embassy host dinner for 50 people on such and such a date." I said, "Both are done." So I wrote a check for the amount, and then she said, "Look, you didn't ask the embassy." I said, "Look, Ambassador Abid Hussain will certainly oblige if I request him to do so long as he doesn't have a dinner on that day, okay?" So she said, "Why don't you call?" I called him. I had a cell phone. I called him, and Ambassador was kind enough to take the call, and he said, "KV," I didn't tell him for whom, what, and I said, "Mr. Ambassador, for a good cause, I want you to host dinner for 50 people on such and such a day." And he asked his assistant, and the date was available. He said yes. But Dora Bush wanted confirmation. So I called the ambassador, I'm back again. I said, "Mr. Ambassador, I didn't tell you this is for President's daughter who is raising funds for the hospital. She wants to talk to you." And she told him, "We are sitting right in front of your embassy, we're having lunch."
Oh,
so
wow.
Ambassador walked over, he came, and and then he talked. And little did I know at that time that I would go back to the same hospital for rehabilitation.
Oh man.
And that hospital was so busy, doctors, we couldn't find appointments. But my wife must have called Dora Bush, and we got appointments, okay? And the little good things you do, how it comes back in return, in multiplication. That's why I do a lot of volunteer work. I've done 138,000 hours of volunteer work.
This Saturday at 10:30 a.m., we present exclusive with renowned actress and producer Priyanka Chopra Jonas on Sky's Pink, and Indian playback singer Neeti Mohan on Indian music industry, and much more, so do stay tuned. And that is all for tonight's episode. Remember to send us your suggestions and get your voices and organizations on our show. Email us on events@itvgold.com or follow us on Facebook @itvgold. Remember, you can also now subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch many of our popular shows for free. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is Vision of Asia, and I am Aditi Lamba. Take care and be well.